today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the National Football League. Vikings taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Cousins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins now. Complete. Jefferson to target. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
DeAndre Carter back deep. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them.
Leading them out, it's the 3rd-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap. And the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like
yeah,
that?
yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Running on first down, and the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Cousins.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On play action, Cousins.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Being chased out left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5.
Here's Herbert.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make...
Touchdown, Chargers!
Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now for the point after. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. That time, a 9-play drive.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got Allen.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, it's Herbert, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chargers.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Herbert now. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Play fake. Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, They've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Six yards left on 2nd down.
Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Up the middle, it's Cook. A nice little juke and a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground, Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the gun, here's Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins on the move to his left. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
Joseph's got it.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Complete to Keenan Allen. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 50-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. From the 50, here's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Again, Herbert. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To the air again, it's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Cousins again.
They're quickly to Thielen here. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings are back within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's Williams on the catch. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
He'll hand off here to Eckler.
And some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Caught by Allen.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2nd and 8. Again, it's Cousins. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Cousins now to throw on first down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. Cousins got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying the power game with Ham. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from a yard out. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Joseph now to have the PAT. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Chargers. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. At their own 22. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. On 2nd and 12, Herbert. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Herbert now. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Play action. It's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the 1st down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 5 now. Herbert. This is caught by Williams.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
62 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
8-yard pickup. And the Chargers first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try the air now with Herbert.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Cousins. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. They shakes him off. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will hold at 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one,
You definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Cousins on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Cousins to throw it.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Steps away to his left.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
It's a gain of 6.
Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the house.
Now it's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll go right back to Spiller here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Throwing on second down. Herbert for Keenan Allen. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Herbert following the turnover. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins over the middle. It's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Cousins now from the 50. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Herbert now to throw.
He gets this out to Spiller.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. So Kirk Cousins in the offense, down by 10, a little over 40 seconds to go. It's a tall order, but they do begin with decent field position on 1st down. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate, it might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores, so you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back, but that may not matter now.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 2nd and 2.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.